What's going on, everybody? Mike here, AHC Garage. Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another video on our 2024 Integra Type S. On today's video, we just received a few packages in the mail. So let's take a quick look and see what we got. All right, guys, so Hybrid Racing sent us an all-new short shifter for Integra Type S. TJ, tell us more.
Well, this here is a nice, very nice short shifter. As you can see, it is used with the cable setup. I myself used one of these hybrid shifters on my B series, which is a shift linkage setup, and it was night and day over any other shifter you could possibly use, and I loved it. But this one here, very similar in how it's set up, just uses cables. And what's nice is that you can actually adjust your throw. You got two settings, which it's on the less shorter throw, yeah, between here and here. You can also move it down to the number 2, and you can make it even shorter of a throw. But I feel like the setting that it comes with, it's already pretty short, you know, compared to the factory setting. So you really, you know, kind of just go by how you like it. But I think that the first setting is perfect, you know. Now,
as far as the adjustability up here, you can also adjust the height, correct?
Yeah, we can, you know, this piece stays locked down onto the actual body, but you can loosen this on the side here, and you can actually move this up and down depending on, you know, how tall your shift knob may be, or if you want to higher, you know, if you want to sit higher up. But you know, I feel like just got to play with it how you like it.
Yeah, I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take maybe take apart the center console assembly, and from there we're going to do the install, and then at that point then we can figure it out, the height, after we put the shift knob and everything in. But I think the install should be pretty straightforward, huh, TJ?
Yeah, very easy. Just take out the center console, get all the room, and unbolt everything.
And guys, follow us. We'll show you guys step by step how we install this hybrid short shifter. And over here we have our factory shifter. I think once we install our short shifter, we're gonna go ahead and leave our shift booth out of the way. I think it's gonna look pretty cool. But before we do that, how do we start? Do we have to take out the whole entire console here?
Yeah, I would, because you could just take these top pieces off, but then you still have the sides here, and it's very hard to kind of like work like that. I mean, it's 4 more screws, literally 4 screws, and this whole thing will come out.
Okay, so what's the first thing? We gotta pop this panel out. What's the story here?
Yeah, we pop this panel off. We gotta pop this panel out here, and then it's just 2 other panels you pop out, and then there's a couple screws in here, a couple screws right on the center, and we can literally pull this whole center console out.
TJ, before you put back there, Honda Pro Jason actually showed everybody this before. It's a little Easter egg that they put on. It doesn't really make much sense for the Integra, but it's the same platform. Take a look at this here. The Civic history goes on. Pretty cool.
And also the Integra.
All right, so with the center console out of the way, I mean, this is the entire shifter now. Take a look at this here. We got some harness that we gotta detach from the actual shifter itself, but we have a couple of screws that bolt down the entire shifter. The factory OEM system is a two-piece system. We have a one-piece constructions. Now, other than unbolting these 10 mils front and back, the only other thing we gotta disconnect is the shift cable, right? Right over here, one on each side. And now we have one right over here, and then we got some sort of clip on the bottom here, huh, TJ?
Yeah, we got our cables actually are clipped on the bottom and on the side here. Pull it down.
There we go. There we go. And we got both shifter cable out of the way. Now all TJ is going to do is to unbolt the shifter assembly. Oh, I gave you the wrong socket. Let me see here. 10 millimeter. We have two in the back here, and then we got one here and one on the other side, and the whole entire shifter should come right out. There you go. And here's side-by-side comparison for the two shifters. This is obviously the factory OEM unit and also the hybrid unit. It looks so much nicer than a factory unit. Now, as you can see over here, we have the clip for the harness, and guess what? On the hybrid unit, it has that as well. So now next up, TJ, what we gotta do?
We're gonna take this bad boy here, fold it down, put the cables in, and off we go.
All right, guys, so we're taking this on the road for the first time with the new shifter, hybrid shifter right over here. And I'm gonna say right now, I mean, geez, it feels so much nicer. I'm telling you right now, I'm not even kidding, TJ. This shifter now, it feels like I have shift linkages. I'm telling you right now, it feels so good, it's so precise, and you definitely know you're in the gear. Oh my God. All right, here we go. So we just swapped seats and TJ's behind the wheel so far. What do you think, man?
It's crazy. It locks into every gear. A second and then third, just locking in.
Does it feel like the car has shift linkages? Like B series?
Yeah, it's crazy. Feels like it just clicks right in the gear like a linkage.
Well, guys, I'm not sure you'll be able to see it, but we are having way too much fun on this Integra Type-R, especially this guy right over here.
I want one so bad.
All right, guys, so we just got back to the shop. TJ and I had a great time with the brand new hybrid shifter. Now, I'm with John right now, and John, the Integra 1.5 turbo, and he has the same exact setup as ours, except it's in red. John, tell me more.
So, in all honesty, mine was the test run on how to install this thing, and we kind of struggled our way through it and then found out that it was easier to pull the console out. Same exact setup. I'm running a different shift knob, and the other difference is back when we first got our hybrid racing parts, we got detent springs. And so my car has the detent springs on the shafts to increase the tension on the actual shift throw, and also I have the bushings on the shift linkage where it goes onto the transmission. My impression on it is after I adjusted it some, it's incredible. And I thought I was going to have to take the detent springs out, but after I brought the shifter up a little bit more, the throw is perfect. It's not too hard to get in and out of gear. I adjusted it so that it's over a little bit farther to me, and that's the best thing about these. Ton of adjustment, but different cars, same exact part. And you know, I haven't driven your car yet. Maybe I can take it for a ride, see what the difference is, you know? I'm sure it's just as fast. Before I go take the car for a ride, we've had a part here for a little bit, but our time frame's been a little tight and haven't had a chance to use it. It is a replacement blow-off valve for, I think it's the 3-liter Type S motor, all the 2-liter motors. It's the same as the 1.5, Mike? Same for the 1.5, but it's from Boomba Racing. They're an old school company. They've been around for a long time. They make a lot of different parts for a lot of different cars. I'm running their spacer. It spaces the stock blow-off valve and open atmosphere vents. The problem when you open atmosphere vent is that you're losing metered air and it can cause hesitations or rich conditions. I like it for the sound. This is their non-recirculating valve. It's 100% non-recirculating, so you don't lose any air. There won't be any stumbling at lower RPMs. And also, it uses a full CNC setup on it, a brass piston inside, and it's much more efficient, and it will hold up to 75 PSI on testing. So if you have upgrade turbo, this is going to perform a lot better than the factory plastic option. And you get some different sound out of it too, as far as when you change gears, and you'll hear it through the intake. Now, this will be a really easy install, and I think it should go pretty good with Mike's whole setup. So let's go ahead and throw this on, and then I'll take it for a ride.
And to change out the blow-off valve, first thing we're gonna have to do is remove that section right over here so we can get to the stock blow-off valve right down here. All right, so we got the stock unit along with this Boomba Racing blow-off valve here. You can take a look at this here. The stock unit is rubber and a little spring for the diaphragm. And this is the aftermarket unit. And you can go ahead and press this. It's super, super hard, got much tougher spring in it. They said it's good for 70 pounds of boost. So now all we got to do is just go ahead and reverse the process and put everything back together. All right, guys, so we got everything put back together here. We're gonna let the car warm up in just a little bit, then we'll take it for the quick test drive. And before we go for the test drive, we have a set of Acura optional accessory mud guards that we're gonna be installing on our ITS. And one of the reasons we want to install the mud guard, let's take a look right over here. As you can see on the very bottom here, the mud guard will make up this gap right over here to prevent water and dirt kick up on the side of the car. And with the mud guards, it will prevent all of this from happening. All right, guys, so we got the car all prepped up for John for the first test drive.
It's my first time driving a Type S. And so yeah, it's got a little bit more power than my car, I'd have to say. But very awesome power on this thing. The shifter is very good. The only thing I think I would do is maybe move this up a little bit more. It gives you a little bit more leverage, makes the shift a little bit better. I noticed that on mine. I think I'm going to take out the hybrid racing detent springs, because with the additional tension that's in the shifter itself, I feel like the springs might just be a little bit of overkill together. With the stock shifter, perfect. With this one, it comes set up so much better than stock that it's really not necessary. And the quality and fit and finish on this thing's perfect. Me and Mike both left our shift boot off on ours so that we can actually see the beautiful shifter. His has this. I mean, it's like a show-off thing. Not a Type S, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. But nevertheless, the install is not too bad. The overall difference is night and day, and that's really makes it awesome, because the shifter is something that you always touch. You're shifting gears all the time, so to have a nice, tight, adjustable shifter like this is definitely very nice. And they're the only ones that have it out for this model car, which would be the FL5 Civic SI. Is that the same? I think the Civic SI and the DE4 and DE5. So it has a lot of different applications. It's not specific to one model. Very nice product. I think it's fairly priced, and I definitely love it. That about wraps it up for this video. We covered a few things on this video, such as the shifter install, the Boomba Racing recirculating blow-off valve. It's different from mine. Mine is a plate that has open atmosphere vent. This one's not super loud, but it's much more efficient than the factory unit. The very good product, also good for if you've upgraded your turbo and you're running higher boost. And we also decided to put the mud flaps on the car so that we can eliminate some rock chips with the larger tires, causing the wheels to stick out past the fenders a little bit on the bottoms. So that was really nice too. On our next video, we're gonna have some pretty interesting stuff coming from PRL, and those are always good because it's totally new stuff. No one has had it yet. And we also have a upgrade for the brakes. You You say, why do you need to upgrade the brakes? They're already beautiful and big brakes. Well, you can always do a little bit better. So we have a nice set of brakes from Paragon Brakes. We've done them on, I think, what was his name? Jermaine, yes, on Jermaine's FK8. So it's a pretty similar setup. They have a couple different models to their brakes, and we'll show you all about that. But for now, that's all we have for this video, and I hope you're ready for the next one. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us. That way you can stay up with all the new mods and stuff that we got going on. On that one, thank you very much. See you on the next one.